This is Joseph Benson coming to you live from my home, and I'm going to show you a little bit what we do here when it comes to building one of these boxes.
At ease, gather around. We're going to do the Mako brief. Sicily drop zone tonight. Time on target 2100. We're going to do one pass. Always look before you turn. Always turn right to avoid collision. Lower jumper has the right of way. You find yourself slipping towards another jumper immediately. Slip away. Get ready. Prepare to land. Outboard personnel, stand up. Inboard personnel, stand up. And the static line is disabled.
That sure is a lot of geometry.
Yeah, right? Last man. Let us see your dog tags and your ID card. Hey, Airborne, is that M1950 weapons case rigged to be lower? If you find yourself drifting towards a tree and you have already lowered your equipment, look below you. Ensure there are no fellow jumpers below you, and jettison your equipment. Make a mental note of where it lands. If you have not already lowered your equipment, then maintain your equipment with you, as it will provide you extra protection while passing. You will then make a dynamite parachute landing fall, hitting all 5 points of contact. Repeat after me. Balls of the feet, calf, thigh, buttocks, push-up muscle. You will never make a standing landing in the 82nd Airborne Division. Man, I've been up and out here all night. Where the hell's the damn assembly area, man?
And there you go. I'm going to let this dry up, and then from there, we go ahead and we put this coin right here on my little metal plate here, and I go ahead and get some numbers out. This little video of how we're doing some of the things we're doing, and I want to thank everybody for their gracious donations, and hey, we're going to continue doing this. It's an amazing thing, and I see a big calling for it. It's really connected a lot of heroes.
Hey, everybody. I just want to take this opportunity to tell Joe Benson how much I appreciate him. And you are absolutely amazing, dude. And you have been there for me. And I appreciate it. We're here live at sponsored by formerforce.com on Heroes Live and Zoom Room Hangout. Mario Ramirez has agreed. Ramirez has agreed to be the leader for us tonight, and we're going to be hanging out, and we're going to be telling stories about cold steel. Cold steel, prepared to move forward, right? Oh, I just can't even imagine, right? I just can't even imagine. So we're just going to hang out for a while. We're going to tell some stories. And, that was Joe Benson making boxes. And he is, right? A buddy is one who's there for you in all times, right? The Bible says, talking about a brother, and there's a psalm, and I can't even begin to do a Bible quote right now, but I'll tell you that he is more than a friend, because he's there at all times. And thank you. We stood in the foxhole together, just like Mario Ramirez and I stood in the foxhole together one day, and we became brothers, right? And we're here, brothers, today. And hey, somebody get James Given the link. Help me out with that if you don't mind. Let's make sure James can get the link. Let's see. Hold on. I think I can get you the link just by doing this right here, and by hitting that, and by hitting Control V, and there we go. There's the link, everybody.
I don't see it, Will.
There you go. It should be coming up right there. And that gets us where we're at. Come on inside the room, and you'll be right here with us. And hey, Joe Davis is coming in. I love you, Joe. And that's awesome.
All right.
Yeah. And so let me figure this stuff out right here. There we go. Look at there, everybody. Hey, hey, Joe, what's going on, buddy? I love you, man. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. We're here in the Zoom room hangout, everybody, and we're having cold steel night, and Mario is taking charge, and I'm going to be quiet here, and Mario's going to question me for a few minutes, I think, and we're going to talk for a few minutes. But Mario, I love you, buddy. Thanks for taking charge. Talk to me, man.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I had to haul some butt out here to try to make it on time. I wanted to make it at least 15 minutes prior, so I cut. We have practice every afternoon after school, so I cut practice short so I could get out here at a decent time, and I'm happy to be here. Uh, Try to get reacquainted with greatness again, with all these old cold steel. Prepare to move forward, soldiers. I tell you what, I was there 8 years, and those were the best years of my life, man. And if I had to do it all over again, I would do it the exact same way. So. Um, but again, I'm happy to be here. I was I sent out the link, posted it a few times and stuff. Sent some. I'm looking forward. Hopefully, some of those heroes will show up on this meeting here. Um, but some one. I know I'm really. I haven't talked to Sergeant Sherald in a long time, so I'm hoping he hops on here. Uh, Maybe I was hoping Colonel Caldwell would come on. He was my platoon leader in Desert Storm, but he messaged me back. So, uh, but we still stay in contact and stuff. So, uh, talked to Matt Bassett yesterday. Matthew Bassett. He's doing good. He lives in Sanford, man, on a golf course. I used to go see him every summer till Rob got sick. So I told him I was going to get out there. I'm going to try my best to get out there again, spend some time with him, and then go see Colonel O'Neill as well. O'Neill and Perman over in TK. I used to see them every summer too. So they are awesome hosts over there, fantastic hosts.
So let's talk about Charlie Battery for a second. Charlie Battery, 3rd of the 4th Air Defense Artillery Regiment, was and is a unit that it's just kind of. It was and is a unique unit, right? It was such a storied, amazing kind of thing. We had a unit that had that, at least in my opinion, stood above every other unit I was ever in the Army. Not only because of our experience while we were there, but our long
Mhm.
term experience over the decades. That
They
the
had
amount
some
of
they had some really fantastic leaders there. From team chiefs or uh, squad leaders, section sergeants. They were so dynamic. I was I was trying to soak up knowledge from each and every one of them. You know what I mean? And again, I tell people, if you had met me in high school, you would think, what the hell did this guy? How did this guy get so far? And everything that I learned, and I try to teach it to my students. And impressions are everything. Attitudes are everything. So pick a good one. And I always made sure that I started the day with a good attitude and ready to learn and ready to soldier and all that kind of stuff. Um, it's just I tell you what, I was only there 8 years, and I regret. My only regret was not staying longer. That's my only regret. If I because I went on recruiting duty, and I guess I got kind of greedy because recruiter pay was 475, man, and when I left jump status, jump pay was $110 a month, and I'm like 470. I'm getting 475 extra a month, you know. So I became very good at recruiting. I got the highest award that you can get. I got the highest award that you can get on recruiting, which is that medallion, the Glenn E. Morrell Award for recruiting excellence. You can't get any higher than that, you know. But I was very good at it. So, oh, there's my brother, Joe Stout.
Oh yeah, I just got a text from him. He's like, "Let me on, man," and I popped him. Let's see what happened. What happened? What happened? Oh, he'll pop here in a minute. Yay, yay,
Yeah,
yay! Hey,
I see his name
don't
there.
you? Isn't it? So look. Isn't it so inspiring to see the name of a leader that you love pop in front of your face?
I do.
Isn't that such a just a it's just like boom, right? I can only imagine, and I hate to go crazy and talk about really topical things right now, but I'll tell you, you got to imagine those Ukrainian soldiers and those Russian soldiers that are looking for any leadership, right? They're looking for anybody that has clarity in battle. And Joe Stout was one of those guys for us that, for whatever reason, he had that clarity. He focused our binoculars in on what mattered. Maggots the same way. Mario Ramirez is the same way, right? You're leaders, and it's so cool. And yeah, so it's good to see Joe Stout on here. I don't know what's up with his camera and stuff. It's not working, I guess. You there, Joe?
He needs to come on. He's a handsome, handsome man.
A handsome man. A handsome man. I love that.
No, he's not.
Oh, I
He's not
love it.
handsome. He's multitudinous.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. I love it. I love it. So here we are, everybody. We're on Heroes Live, the Zoom room hangout, and we're having a good time.
Yeah.
We got Mario Ramirez with us. Tell us a story from Charlie Battery, man.
Story from Charlie Battery. Hmm. Well, one of my favorites, and I think Joe was in formation there too. And we had some troublesome privates, and Cuddy, man, Cuddy got out there, and these guys, they got in trouble with the law, and Cuddy comes out there laughing. He was strutting. I think, yeah, he was strutting. He got that funny walk and stuff. He got the formation. He said it was Lidecker and Greer. They got busted for soliciting. They got caught soliciting, man. And he gets up there, Greer, Lidecker, I got you, motherfucker. I got you good. And he started cackling, and he cackled so hard that his dentures came out, and he picked him up and he put him back on. He went right back to to laughing at Lidecker and Greer. That's one of the ones that stands out the most.
Hey,
First
look
Sergeant
who's
Bruce Sherry.
here. Look who's
I have
here. Look who's
Oh
here. Look
man, I
who's
haven't
here.
seen you
How
in
y'all
so
doing?
I've
long.
I've never met this young man, but let me tell you, he is a storied
Uh,
individual. Mario, introduce this guy for me. Introduce this guy.
this First Sergeant retired, right? Uh,
Yes, sir.
all right. I got to Charlie Battery, and I heard you before met you. Because you had that booming voice, and from the day I met you, I had nothing but the utmost respect for you. I still do to this day. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart because you're the one. I was telling Will that you're the one that turned that spigot on, the knowledge spigot, where I always wanted to impress you with stuff. I know one time I had guard mount. I was winning the guard mounts, and he said you caught me on the because I had the day of and the day after off, and you called me into the laundry room and said, "Do you ever work?" I said, "Sergeant, I want the man." I said, you know what? I'm gonna put you. So you send me to jungle school. You put me on that next trip to jungle survival, because obviously I had made an impression on you, and I just wanted to make you proud and stuff. And I did really well. I did really well in jungle school. As soon as I came back, I get my PFC and got promoted and all that kind of stuff. But I am so grateful for your leadership, you know, and and the tough love too. I know I did a lot of push-ups for you too. So, but I was I wasn't always stellar. It was a learning process and stuff.
We
So
all did
those
that.
Oh,
those
We all did
push-ups
that.
broke me up, you know,
I appreciate that.
hey,
uh,
I just
and
remember you winning all those soldiers of the quarter too. You won a lot of those things too.
yeah,
Yeah, so you did
yeah.
great, man.
Because I just wanted to make my platoon daddies proud and stuff.
Yeah, I was a
But
little
so
off the
for
hook back
that
then.
so first sergeant, tell us a little bit about yourself and remind us of when you were in Charlie Battery, Cold Steel, prepared to move forward.
Ooh, I think I got the Charlie Bat in '82, maybe '83. Well, I think it was '83, and I know we went to Grenada in '83, so I know it was before then.
Mhm.
And then I left in '87 to go on drill sergeant duty. Uh, so I was in Bravo Battery before that, and I got moved over to the Charlie Battery, and then ended up. What was funny was that I think I ended up being a platoon sergeant by default because they had Honecker profile, and then Cheney, who was just crazy. The only one left with me. So I ended up getting a platoon sergeant job, and it was crazy because we had the largest single platoon in the world. We had 66 people.
Oh wow.
We had 66 vehicles. It was huge, and it was fun because we had all young guys too. Everybody was young, and so we all learned together. We made our mistakes together, and we got through it together. So it was a lot of fun. I mean,
Sure.
I learned as much from them as they did from me, probably more, because those guys were just. Because the challenge for me was trying to live up to those expectations, uh,
Mhm.
and being in the 82nd, man. I mean, the bar's high. At the end of the day, the bar is
Yes.
still high, and you carry that with you for the rest of your life. But I have nothing but fond memories of that group. I mean, it was great. I loved it there. I mean, I remember
One
I
of the
had
main
this
one of
thing.
the main things that
Uh-huh.
one of the main things that I loved what you did was you used to on Fridays you just get a wild hair and say, hey, we're gonna go on a. You tell First Sergeant Kendricks, hey, we're gonna go on a 12-mile run, 8 to 12 mile run, and then I'm gonna let my boys off after we get done on a Friday, and we take off running down. I don't even remember the routes you used to take us on. I know Anderson. You remember big old stocky Anderson? He used
Yeah,
to have a hard ass time, but I love
it was a
those
struggle.
runs. I
Let me tell you
love
why I
those
did that.
runs, and the best part is you gave us the afternoon off on Fridays and stuff. So
Yeah, you
I
know why
used
I
to
did
love
that?
that stuff.
Because I knew you guys are going to get drunk on the weekend, and I wanted to get you clean.
Uh, those were,
It
those
was
were
fun.
awesome times. I tell you what, they were
Great
awesome.
group.
Hey, Craig Evans says, "Good evening, team. Cold Steel, prepared to move forward." Everybody that knows Craig Evans, say hi to the jump master. First Sergeant retired. He's in charge of the ranch right now. If I'm honest with you, as far as if there's anybody in their branch and where they're assigned, Craig Evans has something to say with it, either good or bad. So watch out, buddy. I'm here with First Sergeant Sherrod, right? Bruce
Yes,
Sherrod. Is
sir.
that how you
Cheryl.
say it?
Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Yes.
Cheryl.
Yeah,
Look,
I don't
look,
get too worked up about that.
look. Let me tell you something. You are a legend. You are a legend to me. You're an absolute legend. I heard nothing but great things about you my whole career, and
Well, I appreciate that.
you were one of those guys that when we got together, we were having a beer. They were like, "Remember First Sergeant?" And be like, "Yeah," and it would be like such a great time. Did what was it about being a paratrooper that you enjoyed the most?
I think competing with people that were as good or better than you. And so it raised you to a different level.
Yes.
I mean, everybody was an alpha male. Everybody. I mean, you had to bring your
Yeah.
A game every day, and so it became a
Mhm.
lifestyle for you. There became an
Exactly.
expectation of excellence.
And
And
that mentality, that mentality rubbed off on us as well.
Mhm.
I know it made me want to do better. Here I
Right.
was competing against Rock. Remember Rock and Pavasco and all those guys? Those guys were, you know, they were strike. I got to the point where they were beating the crap out of me on guard mounts. To us, no,
Mhm.
I'm gonna I'm gonna start studying. I'm gonna start getting my stuff ready. I'm gonna have you know, did all the things that I needed to do to win. And then
Yeah.
after I won that guard mount, they never beat me again.
Yeah.
So
That's a good point you make,
and
Maria, because you know what? Not only were were the people there basically world class athletes, they were brilliant.
mhm,
There were some smart guys there, and so you had to
very.
raise your game even on an academic level to keep up, and
Hmm.
that always helped.
Yes, sir. Hmm. That's exactly right,
I had a
and
boss.
that's why you
I
know. Oh, we lost. I'm hoping Joe Stout jumps in here because he's one of the ones that. Now Joe was in Bravo when I
Mhm.
was in Charlie, and then all of a sudden he he's in Charlie. I said, "Oh snap! I heard a lot of stories about this guy," So I just wanted to keep up with him, and he was so freaking squared away. Robert Maggot, he took me under his wing. As
Yeah,
soon as I got back from jungle school, this guy's in my room. I said, "Who the hell are you?" He said, "I'm Maggot." It's Maggot. That's not
he
a
had his
good
name
name. That's
legally
your
changed
name.
to Maggot. Yeah, legally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
So do you remember that First
And the
Sergeant? You
rest is
remember him
history.
getting his name? So tell me
yeah.
about that. How did that affect you? What did you think about that? I love. I'm telling you something. I love Maggot. I will. This all this started because of Maggot. So what? Tell me
Thought he was
about what
crazy
you
as a bed.
thought.
I thought he was crazy as a bed bug. I, he was a good guy. You look at him, you think this guy's crazy, but he was good people. He was just
He's
that
so
was his
freaking
personality.
awesome.
Yeah, he lived life
He's
on his
so
own
awesome.
terms. Yeah,
Hmm. One of the
remember
hardest men I
remember
know
that little
too.
truck he had? Remember that truck he had that he slammed to the ground? It was like 6 inches off the
Yeah,
ground. Yeah,
yeah.
it was crazy.
I'm telling you, I was there. I was there. He didn't have a right. He had just gotten transferred to the 82nd from Alaska.
Hmm.
After we got done talking and everything, he was a paratrooper in Alaska. And I'm like, holy cow, But he taught me so much too. He took me under his wing, and he freaking pushed me also.
Yeah,
And to this day, I love the guy. And I go see him at least 2 or 3 times a year. He's got an awesome wife. She takes care of him. I call her name's Carmen Mercedes. I call her Mama, you know, because she's sometimes she acts like my mom too. She'll scold me too, you know. So, but I love them both to death, you know, and they're doing really well. And I just talked to him on Sunday, and to Mama, and she's telling me stories about her grandchildren and everything,
Mm.
and she had me rolling on Sunday. It was hilarious. But he's still working on bugs. He's got two bugs he's been working on for I don't know how
Really?
long. They're beautiful too. One ragtop and the other one's uh, he called it some kind of a blue. You know, to me it's just blue. You know, so but he's got several colors and stuff. So, but he's doing good. I'm hoping to see him this summer as well.
Now, do you remember
But
Cadet? I talked to Cadet. He's at Fort. He lives in
yes,
Fayetteville now. Yeah, I talk to him every now and then.
Ranger Cadet.
Yeah, yeah.
Did,
He's doing good. He's doing well.
he was the supply sergeant in
Mm-hmm.
in Charlie Battery, which
Yep.
kind of caught me off guard. Because wow, supply sergeant, he's a ranger, combat patch, and I was like, wow, you know,
Yep.
I guess he wants to take it easy now or something. I don't know,
You know, he
but
went to Delta
I
from there.
that I don't think he had any sweat glands. Top, I don't think
No,
he
he
had any
didn't.
sweat glands. We
No.
go on these doggone 12-mile road marches, and he'd be walking around checking on people. Here we are, all freaking drenched and everything, and he doesn't even sweat, you know. And we get back, he looks like he's ready to go on another one, and here I am. I'm dragging my flat feet all over the doggone place, you know. And I was in good shape, but Sergeant Cadet, man, that was a hard man, also
Yes, sir.
a
Yes,
hard
sir.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love it,
it was
everybody. We're
fantastic.
here. We're here having a good time at the Zoom room hangout. Charlie Battery, cold steel, prepared to move forward.
Yeah.
I gotta hear a story at some point about Cuddy, right? Somebody's got to talk to me about Cuddy. Cheryl, do you remember Cuddy?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh
so
yeah.
tell you gotta
Yeah.
you gotta so you're new blood. So I'm gonna pick on you. I'm gonna pick on you.
He,
You gotta tell me a story. Tell me a story about Cuddy, if you don't
you
mind.
know how you got the name Cuddy? Sergeant Bridell gave him that name because he used to like to drink. Cuddy Sark. It was old cheap liquor. That's how.
Oh,
And Bridell started calling him Cuddy, and the name just caught. He didn't even know, and it was
no.
I forgot it was. It was E7. It was a Vulcan platoon sergeant that told him, "Hey, you know they calling you Cuddy, don't you?" We were in the orderly room. He said, "Cuddy, why they call me Cuddy? Because that cheap liquor you drink." That's how he got that name. Cuddy Sark.
And he started holding.
So he got the name Cuddy because he was cutting his dollars, being cheap and buying cheap liquor.
Brian Cuddy Sark liquor.
Oh, I love it! I never knew, dude. I never knew. I had no clue. I had no idea. Y'all heard
I
it
didn't even
here.
know that
You heard it
either.
here from Bruce Sherrod, folks. First Sergeant
Oh my
Bruce
god!
Yeah,
Bruce
Bridell
Sherrod,
gave him that
y'all.
name.
Oh my gosh, Cuddy,
And
Cuddy,
I'd hear
Cuddy.
the stories of all the pills, all the medication that he had on his
Oh
desk too.
man,
So
it was like CVS pharmacy. He had more pills than the law allowed. But you know
Oh,
what?
that's great.
That guy would go to the gym and he'd throw around 250, 300 pounds on the bench like it was nothing.
unbelievable.
He was
Yep.
incredible.
Oh wow,
It's
that's great.
especially on the road marches, he wouldn't stop. He would have to keep walking. And you see us. I'm not. Here I am, 19, 20 years old, wondering how the hell he's doing it. You know,
Well, because
shoot,
afterward he made somebody go to
it's
the
unbelievable.
mess hall to get him buckets of ice to put his feet in. He was sitting in the oily room with his shoes off and his buckets of
Oh,
ice.
yeah. And he used to run in those Air Jordans. He didn't have running shoes. He had those high top Air Jordans and stuff. And he'd get froggy some days, and we come back in from the run, and he'd get out there and call his old little Liza Jane cadence and
Yeah,
stuff,
he
and
loved
he'd
that
been
song.
going off sounding like James Brown out there.
He couldn't
That
sing a
was
lick.
awesome. We'd be out there tapping and everything. It was
Couldn't sing a
fantastic.
lick.
Hey, listen. I gotta tell. I
Oh
gotta
man.
tell my story. I gotta tell my Cuddy story, right? So we were out. He was the command sergeant major of the battalion, and it was one of those times when we were getting kindler and gentler, and it was the prefaces of when we could be nice and when we could not be nice and who we could talk bad about and who we couldn't. Suddenly it was like you couldn't talk bad about nobody. You had to like call cadence about the stop signs and the trees, and you couldn't talk about the Russians or the commies or the girls or the. It was crazy, right? So he got out there in a formation, and y'all know the field we're talking about, right? He's up on the PT platform, and we're all gathered around at the softball field. He says, "Gather around, you motherfuckers! Gather around!" And that's where it started, right? That's where it started. That's where it started. And he's like, listen up, motherfuckers. We can't be talking about no motherfucking females. We can't be talking about no motherfucking commies. We can't be talking about no motherfucking nothing, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers, we can't talk about motherfucking shit. So y'all just just run down the motherfucking road and just shut the motherfucker up, I guess. I just don't even know. Fall back in. And it was crazy, right? And we're all just like, we're looking around like, okay, right? Oh my gosh, that was
Yeah.
I will never forget that guy and that day. I wish.
You would go off on his rants and stuff.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you wouldn't
he
know what
would
he was
have
talking
some
about half the
rants. I
time.
tell
It's
you
like,
what. Oh my God, it was hilarious. And that story about Greer and Lidecker. Oh my God, when his dentures came out, there was a string of saliva attached to those doggone dentures and stuff. And he just started laughing and laughing and laughing. And he picked them up, didn't even break for anything. He went down, picked them up, and started cackling some more. Cause I got you. You're done, motherfuckers. You're done. And I tell you what, it's, it was freaking hilarious. Joe's on Messenger.
Yeah.
Cuddy.
He's just kidding. I was trying to spell it, right? I don't even know how to spell it, right? How do you spell Cuddy? I don't even know, but now I know more. Now
Yeah,
I know where it comes from. It comes
CUTTY.
from cut rate liquor.
Yeah,
Cut rate liquor.
CUTTY.
cut rate liquor.
Cuddy Sark.
Rydell was my team chief.
Oh,
Sergeant
that's
Shell, you
great.
remember that? You remember that field? I think it was one of my first field problems. Old Leon got beat up by a special forces guy out there in the field. Remember? We were out in the field. Brydell was my team chief, and that doggone Grimes. It was Grimes and Leon, and some special forces guy approached them and said, "Hey, you see this guy? Please, it was some kind of a field problem, a joint field problem." And said, "Yeah, look after it, and we'll look out for him." And Leon caught him, and he was just going through the motions, had the muzzle on his back, and the guy was like this, you know, and somehow that special forces guy turned around, knocked the weapon out of Leon's hand, and chopped him in the neck 3 times. and Leon went down, and you would think Grimes would help, and Grimes started laughing because they told us the story when we got back that night to our talk and stuff. We were, oh my God, that I'll never forget that. That was the most hilarious thing. I don't think Sergeant Leon lived that one down either.
No, not ever.
It was one of my very first ones, and it was hilarious. I'll never forget that story. But a lot of people, they stand out, and you're one of them, Cuddy. It's unbelievable. A lot of Sergeant Ezel. I got Sergeant Ezel on Facebook.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, you do.
So many
So
of them,
Lester.
that
That's from
made
Lester.
a
Yeah.
very huge impression on me. I'm Sergeant Holden. Um,
Mhm.
oh man, it's so many,
Yeah.
many,
A lot of
many.
guys. A lot of
It's
guys.
I was surrounded by greatness, and I'm forever grateful for all the leadership and the brotherhoods that I've made, in the 8 years that I was there, and they mean the world to me, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
It was
but
good dude. Yeah, I
it's
loved it there.
fantastic.
When I left there though, I was exhausted. I was tired.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize I was tired until I left there, and I went on drill sergeant duty from there, and I was tired. Yeah.
You were double
Wow.
tired then, right?
Well, no, I was more tired leaving there than I was on drill sergeant duty. Drill
Oh
sergeant duty was
wow.
like a break.
Oh no,
Oh,
Yeah,
damn. Oh,
dude,
wow.
that's
it
telling
was
right there,
crazy.
man.
What?
It was crazy.
Yeah, well, we did a lot of stuff now, and
Yeah,
you were in that leadership echelon, so you're always, you know, uh, always busy. And then Cuddy was the first sergeant, you know, but I tell you what, it was I wouldn't doubt it if you were tired. So
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
there's Sergeant Allen. There's Greg Allen, my golfing buddy when I go to El Paso.
What's up,
I know
Cheryl?
you can, man.
Ain't seen you in a while.
I know, man. How you been?
He looks the same to me too.
Yeah.
He looks exactly the same.
I try to look different, but it don't work. It's too hot today to wear my
Oh,
hat.
awesome.
Where you living
Oh
now,
yeah,
man?
that toboggan stuff.
I'm in El Paso.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Whenever I go see Maggot, I go play golf with him
Oh,
because
okay.
he's over there in El Paso. But I haven't the last couple of times he's been kind of busy. So
Yeah, right now we're busy as we can be.
yeah.
I'm still doing Shap, Hawk. I do a little bit of Sentinel and I do a little bit of Patriot Radar. So you can imagine what we're doing right now.
Oh wow, oh wow.
I bet.
We're getting ready to
Yes,
do some
sir.
cool stuff with Shap though. We're getting ready to put AIM 9X on Shap.
Now so that's an interesting thing to think about, right? You're taking off the shelf technology with the new updates, and you're putting it on. You're remaking what's been made in the past, basically, right?
Yeah, but it's not 100%. But the main thing is it
Effective?
takes the air out of it. You no longer have to cool down that secret. It's
I
electronic.
got you.
Let's put the
Oh, really?
9X on there.
I
A little
got
bit
you.
longer range, not as much smoke. A little bit better missile. The AIM 9X was the Air Force's version.
Right.
But I'll,
Yeah,
I'll post some
that
pictures later once
smoke
it all
is a
gets
problem.
approved. What'd you say? I'm sorry, I talked over you.
All right. Yeah. No, that smoke trail on the shaft is a problem. that's problematic.
Yeah,
That's
because
a
once
finger
you
pointing right back to you.
once you pull the trigger, you had to run
Listen,
because that damn shaft wouldn't crank. You know the deal.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
You had to hope.
So-
you had to hope there was a couple of stinger gunners out there that could get you back.
Hey, let me take an opportunity to talk to you guys about what's happening here on
Okay.
and how we're doing things. I just want to talk to you about formerforce.com and what this is about. You can see here it started when I found out that Maggot was sick and he had a tumor and he couldn't quite remember, and then Sergeant Mason in 2021, and then Joe and I really got started about a year ago, man, about a year ago, and we created a coin and a box and the thumb drive, and the idea is to capture these memories that we have before we get sick. Before we find out we have cancer and have problems. And the idea is that everybody is a hero, right? Who's not a hero, right? I have a mom, I have a daughter. Hero. Everybody's a hero, and so That's really what Joe and I are trying to do, and it's that guy right there, Joe and I, and we're making the coins and stamping them and putting it all together and talking daily and hourly and minutely about how to try to do this. It seems like it's a calling, and it's just he and I, and we were putting in our little nonprofit stuff. We should have it soon. If you feel led to donate, formerforce.com. Joe and I would appreciate all donations. $500 gets you master rated donor. I think that this what we're doing is worth thousands. Honestly, if I had my papa's story, I don't know. I just don't even know. So thanks for everything you guys are doing. I appreciate you being here at the Zoom Room Hangout. Mario Ramirez is here, and Ramirez is managing things for us tonight.
And I got that pronunciation from an old paratrooper. He was an 82nd also. He's the one that I replaced when I retired from the Army, and I started teaching at this little school here. His name's First Sergeant Robinson, and he's retired in Brownsville, and he used to always pronounce my name Ramirez. Yeah. So if you come to the valley, I'll tell the students that, this is America. You can do anything that you want. So I went to the courthouse and I changed the pronunciation of my name from Ramirez to Ramirez. So my name is Sergeant Ramirez. So everybody in the valley, you say, "Hey, Sergeant Ramirez." You got little Mexican kids with accents calling me Ramirez. So it's a good.
That's hilarious.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
I love it. Thanks for sharing, man.
I get a kick out of it. It keeps them engaged. So I use a little bit of humor to try to keep them engaged, because otherwise, if all this stuff that you're teaching them gets kind of boring, so you have to use a little bit of humor to keep them engaged and stuff like that. So, but it's all good, and I'm on my 18th year teaching, and I got about 3 more, and then I'll go give Tiger Woods a run for his money. I can beat him now. He got a broken leg, so
I think you can get.
Yeah, but it's I'm really looking forward to every day. I look forward to teaching something new.
All right. So what's next with the former force?
So, what's next with former force? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, thanks for asking. I've got it's maybe it's Avery. Maybe you're trying to get in. Mike Hawk. I'm not sure, but when you come in, it's confusing to me, and I'm not seeing video or audio for you. So just so you know, I love you, man. But help me help you. Okay. All right. I'm muting you. So look, former force. What is that? Where's that noise coming from? All right. I guess Mike Hawk's coming from you. All right. Hey, y'all, I love y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's an honor. I'm learning how to do this as we go, and it's really cool. So thanks. Avery Tubbs, I love you. If that's you trying to get in as Mike Hawk, dude, I need the background audio out, and you can come in and hang out. Dude, I'd love to have you, dude. I'd love to have you. He is the commander of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Training Academy right now. Dude, he is top notch. He is the man. So, yeah, Avery, come hang out with us. I'm going to show you. I'm going to try one more time. Is that you, buddy? What's up in the... No, maybe that's not you. Where's that background music coming? Where's that background noise coming from?
I just turned my mic on. Hey, he's muted too. He just unmuted.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. All right. Look, all I know is now that this is happening, I got something in my ear. All right. Yay. Hey, anyway, look, what this is about. I'm sorry, everybody. What this is about is, again, Maggot got sick, right? And once that happened, I just got a feeling that I wanted to start talking to my friends. I just wanted to start talking to my friends and get their stories and get it captured, and it became, in some kind of way, I guess, a mission. And so I talked to more than just Joe Benson. Larry Diaz is a part of it. I talked to Chris Fleming and talked to others, and we made, we've put this together, and it's been an interesting thing. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's it.
I'm happy to
What?
hear it.
Yeah. So thanks for asking the
No,
question. I really appreciate it.
I would love to hear First Sergeant Cheryl's story. So,
Yeah. Right.
uh,
Right.
it,
So one of
What
the
part?
things that's been interesting, right,
all of it.
is how do we get somebody to tell their story, right? How do
Mm-hmm.
we get somebody to tell their story, right? Because nobody wants to interview me. No, none of us are like that. We're all
Mm-hmm.
like, hell no, go talk to somebody else, right? I got other things to do, right? But so here's the thing: we have to say, I want to hear your story. We have to look at Mario Ramirez and say, look, I want to friggin' hear your story, dude. Where'd you come from? Where'd you grow up? What made you what you are today? And we say, and here's how we do it. We go to formerforce.com and we give $20 to
Mm-hmm.
Mario Ramirez's name in his
Mm-hmm.
honor, and you sponsor his story, right? You say, let me get his story. I'll sponsor it. And we do it. And and you get others to sponsor, and you realize that you're partially sponsoring this story, right? What's this story worth? I don't know. Maybe it's worth $100. Maybe it's worth $10 million. It just depends on who you are and where you're at, you know.
Mm-hmm.
To have my papa's story, actually, to tell you the truth, at this day and age, at this moment, knowing that I have my own dad's and my own mom's story captured, because I've taken this chance. I've gone out to the point where my mom said, "What? I'm going to interview with you on live TV," and I say, "Yes, Mom. Would you?" And we've done it, and you can see it, you can watch it. You know, my mom was the valedictorian of her high school. You know, my dad was the president of his senior class, and like the captain of everything. You're right, the president of everything. He worked for, he was a success. He was, at one point in my life, I was the NCO of the year for the 82nd Airborne Division. My dad was the employee of the year for Lockheed Martin, and my sister was the teacher of the year for the state of Florida. Right, same year, 1992. So I grew up with success, and that's what I did. And so I was able to see that and model that and do that. And we're here now. And guess who we're talking to, right? We're talking to you, First Sergeant Cheryl. And the guy that inspired, Mario Ramirez to greatness, who he talks about, night after night because of, what you guys were doing. So tell me about you just for a second. Where are you from, Bruce? Where are you from? Where does Bruce come from?
I'm from a little town called Georgetown, South Carolina. It's between Myrtle Beach and Charleston. And grew up, born and raised there. Grew up, joined the Army from there. And that story's a little long, man. You don't have enough time for all that tonight.
Oh, I hear you.
There were some things that got me to going in the Army. I was going in the Army anyway, but I almost got derailed. But that's a different, another story for a different time. It's worth something.
Yeah. So that's it. So we'll get you scheduled, and we'll do a long form interview, and we'll
And I
we'll
will
talk
watch
we'll
that.
talk through that. Yeah, right. It's
I sat there. I don't know if you remember Colonel O'Neill. I sat
Yeah.
there and I watched the whole. I'm just fascinated by your guys' stories and stuff. You know,
Mm.
I wanted to know how or who you were before I met you. You know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love those stories.
That
You
might
know,
curl the hair on your head though.
hey, I got plenty of hair. If I run out, I'll get a toupee. You know, and but I love those stories. It's amazing, and I'm gonna talk to some more people. I want to get Colonel Caldwell interviewed, Colonel Perman. You know, those were platoon leaders in Charlie Battery when I was growing up there. Also, you know, so there's a lot of people I want to. Uh, I love hearing, and the best part is, my thumb drive. I already gave it to my son. I said, "Don't view this until I die or whatever," you know. But he already saw it, but and he loved it too, you know. But that's the best thing. They see your core, of
Hmm.
who you were before, when you were their age or younger and stuff, and my son's grateful that Will took the time and interviewed me, and I shed some tears, especially when I was talking about Maggot and stuff like that, because I
Hmm.
had just left him when he had that incident. I
Hmm.
went up there and I saw Joe Stout and Maggot in Fort Sill, and I get back and Mama calls me. She was going crazy. I said, "What's up?" She said, "Rob, he lost his mind." I said, "What?" So I had to haul ass back. They had him at in the hospital and stuff, and
Hmm.
he just doesn't remember what happened 10 minutes ago. He remembers there. He can still take you through actions in the aircraft. He can still take you through JMPI, but he forgets what happened 10 minutes ago. And you
Hmm.
have to be very patient because you have to repeat yourself over and over. And we'll go out when I go see him. We'll go out to the PX, and he runs. Everybody knows him in El Paso, at the PX. And we run into all kinds of people. I don't know them, but they know him.
Hmm.
And then we get back home. Hey, what did we go somewhere today? You say, yeah, Rob, we went to the PX and you ran into this person or that person. So, oh yeah, 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 yeah. But you just have to
Hmm.
be patient,
Right.
with his situation and stuff. But I don't care. I love the guy to death,
Right, right,
and
right,
I'll
right. Hey,
just
everybody, we're here on the Zoom room hangout with Charlie Battery, and we're having a good time. Look, we got some special folks here, and as we get started, I want to talk about to show y'all the best, most attended class was class 6, right, in the Army. Did y'all remember that time? There you go. There we
I
go.
got the diploma from there too.
That's right. That's right.
I got a
Hey,
class six diploma.
tomorrow night it's at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central. It's a Major Tom Lee and I. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk. I just don't even know. I just can't even explain to y'all how much I love this guy. Right? He and I taught young lieutenants together for 3 years. He and I, and we had such a blast. There's nobody in the world that I see more eye to eye with about the world than
Hmm.
Captain or Major Tom Lee. So that's tomorrow. So y'all check that out. Hey, again, this is what it's all about right there. That's what it's all about, getting these stories told. Uh,
Okay.
and um, and thank you very much. And I want to talk about our donors right here. Look, this is our master rated donors: Williams, Jackman, Calderon, Evans, Cobos. Our senior rated
Hmm.
donors: Newton, Diaz, Shrum, Fernandez. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. All of your donations go to, more coins and boxes and things and equipment so that we can do this. We really want to capture these videos and audio streams such that, we have these memories. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Hey, I just want to highlight for a second this guy right here, Avery Tubbs, right? He is, I just talked to him I don't even realize how we connected today. but he and I shot bullets on a range together one time years ago and ran PT together. He is the head of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Training Academy right now. He lives in or around Tallahassee, and he works there. And thanks for joining us. I appreciate it, Avery. Captain, sir, congratulations. He is. Look, he is one of the good guys. He is one of the good guys. If you're looking for a good guy, then that's one of them. And thanks, Avery, for coming and hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. I also want to I want to highlight real quick, Joe Davis. Where you at, Joe? Dude, I love you, man. I love you. I love you. I love you. Joe, say hi and give us a word of inspiration
here.
if you don't mind. Yeah.
Right here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, you got your coin. You got your coin. Yay, yay, yay.
Coin.
Just want to tell everybody hello. Yeah, I got my coin a couple of days ago. I am on fire right now. I am on fire. I feel like this is from the Sergeant Major of the Army. Okay, Will?
I love you,
Very,
man.
very happy.
Dude, I love you, dude. I
Happy to
love
be
you.
amongst veterans. Definitely before my era and during my era. You know, I came in '89, so um, I'm just proud to be amongst definitely my '88 veterans. I did half of my tour transportation and half '88. I started off in '88 Stinger, 1/3 Armored Division, and 8 ID, 32nd NACOM, 262 ADA, Light Fighters, Fort Worth, California. I know y'all talk a lot about road marching. Well, we had to do a 25 miler at Fort Ord and a 12 miler every 3 months, 25 miles every 6 months. So yeah, get it in. So just a lot of memories, and just proud to be here. I'm a heart transplant survivor.
Oh,
One
wow.
year, 319 days out. So
Nice.
got a birthday coming this
You look
month.
great, man. You look great.
52. So I'm blessed to see every moment, life, every moment. I'm just, yeah. So just thankful. I'm really thankful, really am.
Wow.
And I love the stories. I love being around veterans. Another thing too, Will. I have um, a contact that gives out like the transition jobs and stuff like that. A lot of influx of emails to help out veterans. So if anyone wants to be included on an email distro, hey, just let me know, and I can square you away to help out veterans. You know, people transition, people that need a job.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like Joe is signing up to help us
So
run
just
an
wanted to
email
share
list.
that and let y'all know
That's what
that
it sounds
if
like.
anyone
Sounds
out
like.
there is uh, in need of help, I get a slew of emails, and I'm willing to share that with all.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you, Joe, for hanging out with us, dude. Dude, I love you,
Yes,
man.
I get a lot of
I love
stuff,
you, man.
and I'm talking about hey, it's for the senior leaders. I think in the Army from E8 to the '06. This new. I love y'all too. I love everybody. I mean,
I love
spread
you too.
love,
I love
give
you too,
love,
man.
and receive love, and you can't go wrong doing that.
Amen. Amen. Avery, talk to me for a second about what's going on in your world, in the law enforcement world these days. You got a minute to share something with us?
Sure. Can you hear
Ready
me?
to
I'm
will.
on the side.
Yeah, we hear you good, man.
Yeah, sure. I know there's been a lot of adverse opinions on law enforcement. Fortunately, I'm in the conservation law enforcement in Florida, and we've not been subject to that. But our applications are down. It's not because people don't want to get into our line of work. They're just looking for a line of work, if that makes sense. So that's what we're kind of trying to deal with, and trying to make sure that we get the best applicants, and we have that luxury to pick and choose. Because we're only about 860 strong, but that's still the largest conservation agency probably in the country. It was definitely in the country, maybe in the world. And it's actually a lot of fun. We hold our recruits to a different standard. And I was listening to you guys early on. In my experience, I joined in 92. I did 6 years, and I was a Blue Falcon. I just say, don't hold it against me. But and I was in Sunshine. So I had a vacation for 6 years. I had to duty. And when I got out, I'm training guys now and gals now that I can't stress inoculate, if that makes sense. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I just got finished with a 3-day class on red dot sights on pistols. The technology is going farther. The escalation. You know what? I can't even believe I just said that. But it's going there, and that's where we're at. We're trying to adapt and make it done.
Amen. Well, thank you. Yeah, the Florida Fish and Wildlife is, in my opinion, the elite law enforcement agency in Florida, without a doubt. The place to be, the lowest paid, I think, but the place to be. I think it's the lowest paid because it's the place to be. Right. But look, you guys do it right. You're all over the place. It's a dream job for many, and thanks very much, Captain Avery Tubbs. Everybody out here on our Zoom room hangout. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hey, I was just wondering. We're airborne, right? Most of us here are airborne in some way. I want to watch this one more time. Where's it at? And just hang out, right? And just check it out for a second, right? Here we go. This is my buddy Joe, man.
All right, this is Joseph Benson coming to you live from my home. And I'm going to show you a little bit what we do here when it comes to building one of these boxes.
At ease. Gather around, we're going to do the Mako brief. Sicily drop zone tonight. Time on target 2100. One pass. Always look before you turn. Always turn right to avoid collision. Lower jumper has the right of way. You find yourself slipping towards another jumper immediately. Slip away. Get ready. Prepare to land. Outboard personnel, stand up. Inboard personnel, stand up. And your static line to the safety. Last 2 jumpers turn toward the skin of the aircraft. Second to last jumper. Check the last jumper static line. Last man. Now let me see your dog tags and your ID card. Hey, Airborne, is that M1950 weapons case rigged to be lowered? If you find yourself drifting towards a tree and you've already lowered your equipment, look below you. Ensure there are no fellow jumpers below you and jettison your equipment. Make a mental note of where it lands. If you have not already lowered your equipment, then maintain your equipment with you as it will provide you extra protection while passing. You will then make a dynamite parachute landing fall, hitting all 5 points of contact. Repeat after me. Balls of the feet, calf, thigh, buttocks, push-up muscle. You will never make a standing landing in the 82nd Airborne Division. Man, I've been humping out here all night. Where the hell's the damn assembly area, man?
And there you go. We're gonna let this dry up, and then from there, we go ahead and we put this coin right here on my little plate here, and I go ahead and get some numbers out, a little video of how we're doing some of the things we're doing, and I want to thank everybody for their gracious donations, and hey, we're going to continue doing this. It's an amazing thing, and I see a big calling for it. It's really connected a lot of heroes.
Hey, I just
That's
want
a
to
lot
thank
of
Joe.
geometry.
Yeah, right. That is a lot of geometry. I just want to thank Joe for doing his part in all of this and everything he's putting together. Right. I love connecting with you guys and gals and doing these interviews and getting our stories told. I really appreciate it. Mario, thanks so much for hosting our hangout tonight, man. I've really had a good time. You, my man, are, um, you're part of my classic memories of Cold Steel. You are the heart of Cold Steel in my understanding, in my time. There's nothing better than what you and who you represent. So thank you so much for agreeing to lead tonight. Bruce, First
Yes, sir.
Sergeant, Cheryl, thank you so much. Please sign
Thank
up.
you,
Let's do a
Greg.
full interview.
I will. I will.
I salute you. Thank you for your airborne heritage that you came before, and I appreciate it. Right. You know, Captain
Can't wait to hear the
Tubbs,
story.
I love you, man. Woo! Look at that, dude. I
I
appreciate
was
you, man.
I was enlisted when I was active. The captain thing came in civilian life.
Yeah, dude. Hey, let me tell you something. Making captain in civilian life, sometimes like making damn general in the army, dude. That's good time, man. That ain't no joke, dude. It ain't no joke. Hey, the thing about making captain in your organization is that you're so inbred at so many levels. I mean, you're really the cream rising to the top, dude. But, dude, I knew that years ago. I knew that when I met you years ago, dude. Years ago, I met you, right? Joe Davis, man. Joe, I love you, man. You're the man, man. You are the man. I love you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for bringing a little bit of your heart to us, right? You, my sir, inspire me. Every time you talk, every time I want to give you the last word tonight. Take us out. Tell us something, and then we're gonna play the making boxes video, and then we're gonna call it a night.
Not
Uh,
again.
yeah. So talk to us. Talk to us a little bit, Joe. Give us something to talk about on the way out, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
All right, this is Joseph Benson.
Sergeant Gerald, you make my year. You made my year. Thanks for coming on.
No, anytime, man. Whenever you need me, just call.
Okay,
I'm so happy.
this
right
is
now.
for everybody. Think about this kind of deep, you know. So here it is.
If you find yourself slipping towards another jumper immediately, slip away. Get ready. Prepare to land. Outboard personnel, stand up. Go ahead, Joe. You got it, man. You got the screen, Joe. You got it, man. You got something to say?
He kind of stalled on there. It froze.
Oh, there
It
you go.
There
froze.
we go. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that earlier. There's so many Joes on here, I get confused. So think about what I'm about to tell you and give it some thought. Okay, Yeah. All right. Every experience. Oh, okay. Okay. Every experience, no matter how great or small, along this evolutionary path, has influenced your development and brought you to your current state of being. I say again, every experience, no matter how great or small, along the evolutionary path, has influenced your development and brought you to your current state of being. I salute everybody.
I love you, man. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to the
Thank you.
Cold Steel Zoom Room Hangout. Everybody, it's been just an absolute blast. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love, love, love to all.
Thanks, Will.
I'm
All right,
so
I'll be
happy
in
right
touch.
now.
All right. Good night, everybody.
I'll talk to you later, Will. See you
Good
later.
night.
See you guys later.
Good night, brothers.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good job, Ramirez.
Ramirez.
Ramirez, I'm sorry. From my
Yes, sir.
home,
It's okay.
and I'm going to show you a little bit what we do here. When it comes
Take my
to
lashes
one of these
later.
boxes.
At ease, gather around. We're going to do the Mako brief. Sicily drop zone tonight. Time on target 2100. We're going to do one pass.
All right. See you later, Will.
Always turn right. Hey, bye, everybody. Much love. Right away. If you find yourself slipping towards another jumper immediately, slip away. Get ready. Prepare to land. Outboard personnel, stand up. Inboard personnel, stand up. And your static line to the safety. Last two jumpers turn toward the skin of the aircraft. Second last jumper.
If I was only that fast.
Yeah, right. Last man. Let me see your dog tags and your ID card. Hey, Airborne, is that M1951? Joe Davis, I love you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. You're a friggin' true saint, man.
Already lowered your equipment. Look below
Glad you got your box, Joe.
Ensure there are no fellow jumpers below you, and jettison your equipment. Make a mental note of where it lands. If you have not already lowered your equipment, then maintain your equipment with you, as it will provide you extra protection.
Thank you.
while passing.
Thank you, everybody. I love foremanforce.com. I'm going to try to get some big bangers. Like
push-up muscle.
the Army Jack Tilley. So I'm going to work on that. And Gene McKinney. I'm going to try to work on those two. So that's
Sounds good, man.
So that's between us here.
Yeah. One of the things that we don't need necessarily is big names. What I'm trying to find out is to get find out how we can get the common names, our next door neighbor, our uncle, and get them sponsored such that you know what I mean? Like you're already doing, Joe, you are leading the way in this, okay? You already understand. So just let's keep going down that road, man, and we're on it, man. I love you, dude. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Appreciate it. Hey, I got one request, Will.
All right.
I'm trying to find the Regimental Command Sergeant Major of Air Defense in 1990. I would love to, I think you told me during my interview, but I would love to have him on formerforce.com.
Okay. All right. We'll find out who it is
Avery?
in 1990.
Sergeant
It might be
Avery?
Avery. Yeah, it might be Sergeant Major Avery. Probably is.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Okay.
hey,
All right.
y'all go find out. Y'all go find out who it is, and we'll get, if it's Avery, we'll get him on here. All right. Much love to everybody. Good night.
Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.